Just want to make a quick video to address SmartBaffles in my scenario because it was super difficult for me to visualize. So I'm thinking that maybe somebody else had this problem and they could benefit from a video on it. So I picked up SmartBaffles from my garage, and if you don't know what they are, then this probably isn't of interest to you in the first place. But their instructions are for a different type of framing, a different scenario than I've got. And so what I have is a little bit of light here. I've only got a few inches between the top of my wall, where my roof truss comes in, and then out into my soffit. And I can't, if I fold the SmartBaffle in a U shape here and slide it in, even if this stuff wasn't in the way here, it doesn't quite reach to the soffit. And it'll still leave a gap. And the whole point is to fill that gap in so I can slam that insulation up against it. So what I've got to do is a finished one on this side, is cut and bend these in a little bit of origami so that they'll fit. And the way that I accomplish that is I made a template, and it'll take a little figuring to get it done. But you cut your baffle where you're going to fold it, and on the back you slit it so that it can be folded. So I've cut through just one layer here. As you can see, there's one layer is cut through so it can be folded. So when you pick this up, it's hard for me to do with one hand, and you fold it back, you get this shape that will fit up into that cavity. Let's see here, there we go. And then that gets stapled in, and that allows the baffle to fit like it should. And of course these wings go up. So what that looks like, finished product from down below here, is this. And then I also folded down a couple little wings to make stapling easier because I'm stapling from the bottom. This is a lot easier if you're doing it from the top. I'm not doing it from the top, I'm doing it from the bottom. So hopefully that helps somebody else out. In my case, I was making consistent cuts. So I took a T-square and I just marked it with a couple of paint marks so I could cut, again, only through one layer of the SmartBaffle, so I could kind of snap it and score it and then fold it back into this shape. Sorry guys. Here. Just like that. And then this goes up against the wall. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense and will assist someone else in dealing with SmartBaffles. Really like the product. I think it's going to work really well for me. It was just a little bit confusing to me what it was that they wanted me to do when their engineer basically drew me a sketch on a napkin to try and explain this. So thanks a lot. Good luck out there. It's another quick, it's hard to show this one-handed kind of thing here, but so when you fold the baffle up, let's pretend this is the top of my wall. You're actually going to slide it back so that the edge of it, should any moisture get up here, is slightly beyond the top plate. So any moisture would just drip off down into the soffit. Not that there should be any. And then these fold up and nail up in to your trusses. So hopefully that's a little bit better visualization of how this thing goes from a flat sheet, folds over, and ends up in that geometry where you can just slam a piece of insulation right up against it. Good luck. And finally, if you're wondering how I deal with protrusions like that, you just measure where they start and stop. Cut a little half moon out. When you fold that along the top plate, it'll go right around it. If you overshoot, you can just seal it with some foam. It's not a big deal.